The United Nations General Assembly has paid tribute to the legacy of former President Nelson Mandela at its official commemoration of Nelson Mandela International Day, which was observed on July 18th. A message delivered on behalf of the UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres described Madiba as a firm believer that our common humanity could triumph over the forces of hatred, division, discrimination and injustice. In a keynote address to the Assembly, journalist Redi Tlhabi described Madiba as understanding that the systematic erosion of human dignity could never become the price of a political expediency.
Nelson Mandela reminded this Assembly, us, of the same principles that guided the founding of this organization. That peace requires more than the absence of conflict. That it requires human dignity, justice, and equality for all. As we mark the Nelson Mandela International Day, we honor not only that vision, we acknowledge our own responsibility to carry this work, this spirit forward. As reflected in this year's theme, it is still in our hands to combat poverty and inequality. To quote Mandela himself, "Like slavery and apartheid, poverty is not natural. It is man-made, and it can be overcome and eradicated by the actions of human beings."
Madiba was blessed with a rare kind of double vision. He saw the world both for what it was and what it could be. He also recognized that progress is never automatic. Progress is the result of action. It's up to all of us to come together to make that progress real, and through our actions, our advocacy, and our voice to defeat poverty and inequality, not as an act of charity, but as an act of justice. As we mark Mandela Day, let's recommit to the timeless principles that defined his life.
Power is mistaken for legitimacy. Mandela spent his entire life proving precisely the opposite. He once reminded us, "We know too well that our freedom is incomplete without the freedom of the Palestinians." He was not making a geopolitical argument, he was making a moral one. Today, Gaza confronts this assembly with the same question that apartheid once posed to the world. Does international law apply equally to everyone? If the answer depends on geography, if it depends on alliances of convenience, if it depends on military strength, if it depends on race, if it depends on gender, religion, then it is no longer law. It is power. It is oppressive power. Mandela understood that.